What's going on, guys? So today in the market, we had FOMC and some pretty big earnings. We had Microsoft, Meta, and Google report today. So kind of mixed, overall choppy day in the market. SPY kind of wicked up, wicked down. Jay Powell was talking about rate cuts, and overall just kind of a weird day, especially for the fintech stocks. You see XYZ, which used to be Square, pulling back. Lending Club, SoFi, PayPal, all red on the day. Not a big deal. This point of this video is mainly because I am going to be buying SoFi on any pullbacks because I think this thing could still double by the end of the year. I know that's an aggressive price target. I definitely think $40 is doable, $50 on momentum, and then $60 on FOMO and hype could happen. And I'm going to get into that shortly. So SoFi did tap all-time highs around 32, and I know the risk is higher now, and being at all-time highs. But you've seen stocks like Robinhood and PLTR have the exact same setup, and it did feel a little bit risky getting in. But look at those now. PLTR is around 200. Robinhood hit 150. SoFi's in that price discovery mode right now, and I don't think it's going to slow down. Obviously, you'd be looking to buy on a dip buy, not really chasing the all-time highs. And I do think we will have more pullback in the market. I do think we're going to see SPY and QQQ come down. I think we're going to see a rotation into IWM, so those smaller cap, those growth stocks. And I do think SoFi is going to continue to attract buyers. Obviously, it's a great company, and they've reported some great numbers, growth, revenue, just everything. And what's coming up for them December 5th could be a potential S&P 500 inclusion. So the chart is setting up great. I hope SoFi actually does come down, fill this gap, and hold this retest. That is where I'm going to continue to load up SoFi because I do think it could double from here, which sounds insane. But obviously in 2026, I expect good things for the stock. This could be a $100 stock one day. I'm a little bit more bearish overall in the entire market for 2026, but I think this move to $50, $60 could happen by the end of the year. December 5th could be the inclusion date for SoFi. They've crushed earnings and proven themselves. So I'd be looking to buy this on any weakness, retest, fill the gap, and then I could see the launchpad, obviously breaking recent all-time highs. This becomes support, and then from there the inclusion would be on December 5th, and you get the hype momentum. You have institutional investors buying, people chasing and FOMOing into the stock, and that can just push it higher and higher. So $55, $60 is not out of the question, because you look at something like Tesla, which was included in the S&P 500 in 2020, and the stock surged 70% between the announcement and its official entry on December 21, 2020. Now, obviously, Tesla is a different beast, and it's always been a different beast. But I think SoFi would get that same kind of attraction. And they call them Tesla fanboys. You have SoFi fanboys, and people are piling into this stock and actually very intrigued in the business and just all the good things they're doing. Obviously, Robinhood has done great business. They have one of the best UIs and just all the products they offer, but SoFi is right there with them. So it makes sense to me. The chart is setting up beautifully for it. So I'm looking any red days. I really hope we have, another Trump headline or something to really pull the market down to get in for this. And then as far as the call flow goes, you're still seeing a lot of bullish sentiment on this. So 6.4 million in calls, barely 300, almost 300K in puts, but nothing crazy. You're seeing a lot of 30 to 35 strikes, a little bit of 36 in there, pretty much out to December and January, some monthly Novembers and some weeklies as well, but seeing a lot of those January 1/16/26 calls, and then, a few leaps thrown in there as well. But bull flow looking great. A tweet I found, which kind of already talked about, PLTR hood. It looks exactly the same. This guy's basically saying you'll recognize the move early. So we've already seen this year. The monthly breakout is huge. Bigger the time frame, bigger the breakout. And SoFi is still only right here. But that's PLTR. There's Hood and SoFi monthly. So we have a ways to go. And if you kind of zoom out, you can see the recent all-time highs, and then obviously sold all the way down, way down. But we finally broke over that threshold. Now that is likely to become a pretty solid support. That 26-28 range. 24.90 is a very heavy support, but definitely looking to hold these zones, but buy in those dip zones as well. So that's what I have on SoFi. Hopefully you guys are in this one. I'm still in my shares, but definitely want to add some call options just to kind of get a little bit more exposure to this next leg up. Please like and subscribe, and have a good one.